Hello my lovely people, and welcome to your readings for 2019. So the way that I am doing the readings for the year, having had a chat with my angels about it, is that I have separated the Gilded Tarot into the major arcana and the minor. I've removed the minor arcana. I'm going to just use these 22 cards to give you an overall energy for each of the 12 months, one card for each of the 12 months. Then I'm going to clarify each month with the Lenormand deck to give more information about the energy. I hope this helps. Let's get into the readings. Hello my beautiful Sagittarians, how are you doing? Now we've got a lot of information for you for 2019, but I tell you what guys, it's looking pretty damn good. We're starting the year in January with the Star, then we've got the Magician and the High Priestess, so the first quarter is incredibly powerful. In April we've got the Devil, we'll look at him in a minute. And then May is the Moon and June is Strength. And we're coming into July, the second half of the year, with Temperance, then Justice in August, the Fool in September. So you've got a new beginning kicking off here, which is going to take a little bit of time to get going because we've got the Hanging Man for October. And then November, as you're coming into your birthday season, we've got the Hermit, and you're doing some self-reflection. And then around your birthday time we've got the Judgment card, which is about rebirth and fresh starts. Wow, so it's looking pretty good guys. Let's go into each of these individually. So I'm feeling for you with the energy of the Star in January. This is actually the energy that is carrying you through the whole year. All right, now the Star is all about our hopes, our dreams, our wishes, our aspirations, our goals. Now I know that many people set their goals in early January. You know, we do the New Year's resolutions, but for most people they're out the window by the 10th of January. With you, my darling Sagittarius, you are doing it a little bit differently. You're setting those goals for the year, and you're seeing them through, because the end of the year we've got a rebirth. So it's really important for you in January to be setting those goals, to be getting into that dreams and wishes and hopes and aspirations, actually taking a bit of action on them, they're telling me. So get a pad and a piece of paper. No, they're correcting me. If you have got a journal book, an actual book that you can keep, write it down in January what your goals are for the year, what your dreams and aspirations, what you want to achieve this year, and maybe a longer term goal as well, 3 years, 5 years. And then you can be reflecting back on it through the year, sort of checking back, a little bit like a strategic plan. Where am I at with my plan towards my goals? Because you've got such powerful energy these first 3 months, with the Magician coming on the back of that, which is the ability to create and manifest, and the High Priestess, which is your spiritual self, really coming together. So let's put some meat on the bones, some details. So the Star, your dreams, your hopes, your aspirations. Can we have some more information about that, please? All right, and the card coming with it is the Park. So the Park is a card all about being out in public places, events, concerts, anywhere in a public place. You're getting out and about, you're mingling, you're mixing, you're networking. You are also needing to balance up all of that frenetic energy of big public events with some time in nature. So yes, go along to these big events and then get yourself walking through the park to reground and get yourself balanced with nature. But that is some of the goals that you're setting for yourself, is related to more networking, more connections with people and places and things. So broadening your world, your life. You know, for some of you, they're just giving me things like joining a community project, joining a group of some kind in your vicinity, getting out and about where you're meeting and mingling and mixing with more people. That is an energy that's wanting to come in for you for January, and it's actually going to see some of that coming through the year. So as we go into February, the energy around you for February, for that month, is manifesting, creating. You're in this creative flow in February. So what is it that you're wanting to create? Now, the card that wants to come with that is the ship. So we'll look at this card. This card, the ship, is all about travel and trips, expansion. We're on still expansion. And you see this this ship is flying. He's flying above the mountains, above the obstacles. It's really rising above anything that's in the way and taking that trip, taking that... Here we go. All right, they're linking it back to here. They're just talking to me. Sorry for the delay there. They're linking it back to these public events. So some of these trips, you're going to be going away to go and attend something. This is part of your goals. Some of you are wanting to reconnect with family and places and things of the past, but most of you, I feel this is new, brand new, doing something, going somewhere you've never been before, and this is opening you up. There's going to be some connections there that are going to be useful for you as the year goes on. So if this feels, if it's resonating for you, then this is where you're wanting to go. And check out your moon and your rising for the year as well, and put the three together. All right, now when we come to March, again, we're still in this very powerful energy for you. The High Priestess is your spiritual connection, your insight, intuition, listening to your gut, following your heart, following your higher self. And the card that's wanting to come with it is this beautiful, the swans here. This is love, romance, connections with people, opening your heart. Okay, so for some of you, this is actually a new love, a new romance wanting to come in that early spring there in March, being open to a new relationship if you're single. But for others of you, this is more about a spiritual awakening. And as we awaken to our spiritual gifts, our heart opens more and more, and we're coming from the heart and trusting the heart. And as the heart opens, it influences and affects everything that we do, think, say, and be. And with the heart open and this great insight that you have, this is what is leading to the devil energy in April. So let me just explain this, because the devil energy is all about our trappings. What are we trapped in or to, attached to? It's often things like addictions, unhealthy patterns and behaviors in terms of drink, drugs, sugars, unhealthy foods, not enough movement, motion, exercise. Also being attached to people, places and things that are holding you bound, where you feel trapped, you feel stuck. It can be a job you feel trapped in. It can be a relationship you feel trapped in, even a friendship that you feel trapped in. And as you are awakening here to your spirituality, to your spiritual consciousness, and awakening to your gifts, your heart opening, it really helps you to see what and who is holding you back, and then you want to take action. So the card that wants to come with taking action on that attachment, that trapping, is the mountains. This is obstacles, difficulties. So we're putting the two together here, and we're saying, okay, so to let go of some of those senses of feeling trapped or being trapped in addictive behaviors can be a challenge and an obstacle. We can feel really stuck and trapped in them, but we never are. We are never stuck and trapped. I want to bring this one in to come with it. The birds is an energy of information, news. It's like the page, if you like, in the traditional tarot. So we're needing to do some research, have a look at the, what's available to you in terms of research to how do I overcome this addiction, or how do I build my confidence enough to step away from that job that doesn't serve me, or person that doesn't serve me. Some of you may want to take yourself into some form of healing or therapy to be able to clear that energy block that you have there with the devil, and you are tapping into this information, sort of negotiating. This card, the birds there, is also about couples and announcements, and it can be gossip. It's talking, it's chattering, it's the birds chattering away. We're needing to look at how we can overcome this in April, whatever this is to you, okay? And this is that devil energy of what's holding me stuck. Now, for those of you who are still stuck at the end of April, in May, you're getting more help because the full moon is wanting to kick in and help you here. Now, the full moon is all about the moon energy in May there for you is all about what is going on underneath, what's subconscious, what's going on under the surface. Why do I feel so stuck? Because you'll be trying to get away from this, or at this stage in April may just be being aware for the first time that something isn't good for you and realizing you're stuck. And this is where then you are using this moon energy, your inner knowing, your inner self, to say, right, how can I break that? And where is it that I am stuck? And the moon is wanting to bring up this beautiful card of the child. The child energy, this is our mini-me, our inner child. And it can also be for some of you children around you that are actually the ones creating where you're stuck there with the devil. It may be that you are really feeling very much obliged to always be helping your children out and rescuing them and saving them from their mistakes. So for some of you, this is about the physical children in your life, and for others, this is about your own inner child. So are you connecting with your sense of wonder to the world, your sense of imagination? Is your trust and innocence intact, or was it damaged in childhood, in which case it can be repaired? It can be healed and mended so that the inner child within you feels safe and strong and happy and secure. So there is some issues here around this with some work around children, either your inner child or the children around you, that's wanting to be clear. And as we move to the middle part of the year here in June with the Strength card, you're needing to tap into that incredible strength that you have, and it is there, in order to clear something. So let's have a look what we want to be clearing. What is the strength for? Wow, well, that's beautiful, because the fish card, let me bring it up for you to see. The fish card is, this is the card of abundance. This is the flow of abundance moving towards you. All right, so as we look at these together, we can see that where you have released yourself from that devil energy, where you have changed that behavior towards your inner child or children around you, it opens the floodgates for this incredible abundance to start moving towards you. Because the thing is, with this devil energy, where we feel stuck and trapped, it does hold us back. But as we free ourselves, as we liberate ourselves, it opens the floodgates for the universe to bring in that abundance that you are wanting, deserving, and ready for. Now, this can be abundance of absolutely anything. For some of you, you were trapped in a job and you're getting a new job with more money and ease and flow. For others of you, there is just a sense of an abundance of love and appreciation, a flow of energy moving towards you. This can also be money. So we've got a beautiful ending to the midway point of the year here. So as we're moving into July then, the Temperance card is about balance and harmony. So your focus on the back of this strength, because it doesn't just stop and start again, it's flowing into the next 6 months, is you're coming into the second part of the year with this strength and this flow of abundance, which is wanting to bring in then more balance and more harmony into your life. And the card that's coming with it is the Letter. So the letter is a document, a letter, a message. It's slower communication. Again, similar energy to the page because it's information, the messenger. But because it's a letter, it's a slower moving energy. Okay, so we're bringing in news and information, sometimes documents, sometimes some research, in order to bring in more balance and more harmony as we go into July. And this then moves us into this space of justice. All right, so justice is always seen after we've done some big work and we've worked for it, and then says, right, this is karma, your karmic rewards. What goes round comes round. What you give out comes back to you. So this is now coming back to you. You're wanting this balance and harmony here, and here comes the justice coming in now to bring fair play. And it's bringing in fair play in this direction. This is the Tower. Now this is not the same as the Tower in the traditional tarot. This is more like the Hierophant energy. The Tower is all about big business, corporations, higher education, large organizations. Now the thing is, with large organizations, they do tend to have a lot of restrictions and rules and boundaries, but it is bringing in this fairness, this fair play. Okay, it's balancing up. Because if we look here, let me put these down for a moment, these cards. If we look here, we're wanting balance. Okay, we're wanting balance and harmony. And then we're having the Justice card, which is balancing those scales. It's difficult to see in this light, but she's actually carrying two scales, you see that, and they are perfectly balanced. So that justice is bringing in the harmony there that you want. And for many of you, this is related to either work or education. It's big business, big corporations, and we are bringing in fairness. So those of you who are working for a large organization, for some of you who have your finances invested in stocks and shares, that we are having some balance coming in here relating to large corporations. For others of you, and this is August, this is talking about higher education. So many of you in the summer are considering higher education in September, because we've got the Fool here in September for a new beginning. So what is that new beginning for you? It's going to mean different things for different people, but that fairness and justice and balance related to higher education, higher purpose, big business, big corporations, then starts to create this change in September where we have this new beginning. And coming with the new beginning is the key. Wow. Okay, this is really good, my darlings. The key to the cage, to open your own cage. The key to the door, the key to your future. With the Fool, a brand new beginning, a leap of faith, and there's the key to make it happen. Wow. So we've got some beautiful new beginnings here in September. Now in October, the Hanging Man is a card of patience, surrender, letting go, letting things be, not trying to force anything, and seeing things from a different perspective. So whatever is opening up here, it's not taking off straight away, okay? So for example, you may here be deciding that you are going into higher education, but you're not going to get the degree by October. It's going to take you 4 years or 3 years, or if it's a course for a year, it's not going to happen straight away. So there is a sense here of going with the flow that's coming on the back of this. Go with the flow, surrender and trust. Now, what is that flow about? What is the Hanging Man waiting for? Oh, well, fair play. He's waiting for his wishes, dreams and desires to come in, because this is the wishing well. So the Hanging Man is, he set his wishes, his goals, his aims, his aspirations, and now he's going to be working on them, because as we come here to November with the Hermit card, we are doing a little bit of reflection about the year. We're looking back. We're looking at this particularly. Okay, the balance that's come in, the harmony that's come in, the justice that's come in. You're doing a little bit of reflection with the Hermit card, which is when we spend a little bit of time on our own, thinking, contemplating, pondering, deciding for our future and what is right for us. And the card that wants to come with it is the Labyrinth, which is a maze. Now, this card is a little bit like the Nine of Wands. So it's a card of saying, look, it is hard work. It is challenging. You've got to negotiate the maze. You can't do it. You can't take shortcuts. All right? You can't cut through the hedge to get where you need to be. You've got to go round it. So this is a card of perseverance. But the card says, don't give up because it's worth it. It's worth it. And you will get there in the end, and you will look at it when you get there and say, I'm so glad that I persevered. So there's something going on here where you are persevering. And as we come to the end of the year, we have this beautiful Judgment card. The Judgment card is a rebirth card. It is the end of a cycle, a completion. I have risen up there. Let me bring it right up. Okay, rising up out of the ashes, rising up out of the darkness, rising up from restrictions into a complete rebirth, a freedom, a new way of being. And this is just beautiful. Now, in what way? We've got the compass that wants to come with it. So the compass is all about direction. I now may want to go in a completely different direction, or I may want to just adjust my course slightly, which may not feel hugely different right now, but if I just adjust it a little bit, I will end up in a different place. Because if you think about the compass, you've only got to adjust it by 1 degree, and over time you will be going in a completely different place than if you'd stayed where you were. So here, out of this Judgment, this rebirth card, we're wanting to set a slightly different course, and for some of you, setting a majorly different course. They're just showing me some of you may decide at the end of next year that you want to move abroad, that you want to start your own business, that you want to do something completely different, and that is coming out of the back of everything that you've done to get to that point. So you can't bring this forward and do it here. You're not ready. You've got to work through all that first. And as you're working through, look, all of this power and balance and harmony, and that brings you to a place where you say, I'm ready for something different now. I want something different now. I'm deciding something different now. And it feels empowering and liberating and uplifting and just beautiful, my darlings. All right, so that's what we've got for 2019. I would suggest that you keep this video in your like video so that you can refer back to it. I will put the links into all of the monthlies for the year so that you can find it easily on the playlist for 2019. But have a look at your moon and your rising as well. And then what you can do is through the year be checking back into that particular month and see how it's playing out for you, so that you can harness the energies that are there for you with each of these months going through the year. All right, my darlings, I hope that helps, and I will see you soon for more messages from your angels and your higher self with me, Julie Poole. Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.